Health Hits experience the branch on the log and the hole in the bottom of the sea. I'm the librarian, Brittany Lee, and welcome to the show. It's a dangerous world out there, and I sometimes joke on my own spit. It's great.
Wow.
How I am a failure as a human. That's part of it.
Well, you're not a human, so problem solved.
That's all. You know what? I like that. Okay, so welcome back to the show. We're live. That's what happens is I, lose my mind. Easy. I'm gonna start the show now. I think is where we're at. I think it's a good idea.
It's probably a solid plan now.
But
Yeah,
before I start proper, I actually want to do a teeny itsy bitsy bit of housekeeping. I want to go over, refresh everybody, and I'm recommending you guys get your pencils out on your sheets that have everybody else's aspects on them. I want to go over everyone's current aspects and their consequences, because their consequences are also aspects, and we have a couple that are unaddressed right now. So I think that those should go on the sheet so that you know that and you can do things with it, because I think it's important to have. Okay, so I'm gonna go over my sheet. So Tenerife.
Yeah.
High concept is still hard ass captain of the Kingsguard. Trouble still sugar addict. Has any of your other aspects changed?
Yeah, Greasy Palms has gone to bigger picture.
Bigger picture.
Picture.
Okay.
Interesting.
And then we're gonna do. So I think you currently have a.
I do. Or
consequence, right?
Tenerife does, yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. What's that?
I called it Little Mermaid. 10 can't speak.
Little Mermaid it is.
I'm
Okay.
glad that you clarified that it wasn't that you had a problem. Like, no, don't worry, guys.
I am separate.
I know the audience
Are
got
we?
worried for a second
Right,
there,
you're
but
right.
like, we're good.
Oh no, Hannah's delusional.
Welcome to the world of TTRPGs. The interspersing between saying your character's name and saying I or me is there's no line.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nobody knows who I am anymore.
We never know who we are. Okay. 2, your high concept is still headstrong street urchin.
Yes.
Your trouble is still chimera creep.
Yep.
Have any of your aspects changed?
No.
No. And then what is, you've got a consequence on deck, right?
The consequence on deck, it's healing, but it's still ringing ears.
Okay, so
Tinnitus.
I'm going to say that will resolve by the end of today's session.
Okay.
Because I don't think it's interesting otherwise. And we are playing a little fast and loose with some of these rules of fate because we don't we play to an entertainment end and not to a story end, which is how fate recommends playing it. So, and I'm losing control of my computer like always. No one mind me. Okay. Hack and slash. Your high concept is still last survivor of Boila. Your trouble is still starving Rudcap.
Yeah, I'm looking to change that, but I haven't come up with anything.
Okay, perfect. And then what's your, any of your aspects have changed?
Aspects are still the same.
Okay.
And the consequence, I think you said that we resolved it last episode, so that's gone. So
Yeah. So your consequence is no longer part of that because you had worked to heal that. I
yes.
believe. Okay, broker. Your high concept is still Spider Wranglin Speedster.
Yep.
Trouble is still ex-con.
Aspects are part of the underground, and then I know readers better than most got replaced. It is now your worst nightmare.
Okay.
I still have seen enough suffering as well.
Okay, perfect. And then you've got a couple consequences, right?
Yes.
What are we at?
So currently I have my moderate consequence is paranoia, and my severe consequence is imaginative severance.
Okay. And we haven't worked to address either one of those.
Nope.
Okay.
Broker isn't aware that either of them are a problem, so
And
therefore it hasn't done
when
anything to
your
do anything
slots
about it.
get expired,
Oh yeah, it's gonna fuck me
It'll
over.
fuck you.
I'm not doubting that.
that is part of your play, so you can decide what
It's
you
in
want to do
character,
there.
man. Character
You
decisions.
whatever you need to do. Okay. So I did want to go over that. Perfect. So now we've got all little notesy notes. So that's lovely. And then we're going to take a small diversion for fun. And we're going to make some new characters that are unrelated to currently what's happening, kind of. So we're still in imagination. We are going to make some knights. So I'm going to give you guys each, you can pass out these guys.
Oh.
Yeah. So Here's how this is gonna go. We're gonna start with, you guys can think about this and I'll go over kind of a little bit of the political structure of imagination, but we're gonna start with your name. You're gonna give me an aspect, because your other aspect is just gonna be Knight of Imagination. And then we're gonna do a 4-skill column. So 4, 3, 2, 1. We're not gonna do a whole pyramid. And then I'm gonna ask some additional questions. But I'm gonna start with kind of explaining a little bit more about this. I think some of you might have some more knowledge of this than others, but we are going into more of the nobility section of imagination, or of diction, excuse me. Imagination is the section. I want to make sure that's clear because diction is the kingdom as a whole. Each section is overseen by a section liege who has a relationship with the crown that they hold governance over their militia, like over their section militia. So they have to have a good relationship between the kingdom and the section so that the kingdom can call on the militia if needed. Because if the section liege decides not to, we've got a whole bunch of other problems on our hands. So, and then the section liege is nobility of some kind. There's a section general, they're the commander of the militia. They can be the section liege, but oftentimes they're the firstborn of the section liege. And then there's knights who are the company commanders, and then they oversee soldiers, but we're just gonna go with knights here. And then, here's my other thing I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about nobility. And, that's because I have it further down in my notes. So, we talked about this a little bit previously, but there are 3 books of nobility. There's the Book of Crocus, which is the royal court, so unlikely to be outside of Oratory City. And then there is the Book of Orchids, which is the like higher nobility. And then the Book of Tulips is the bloodline that has been recorded that is a lineage of fairies granted nobility rather than something longer running. So at some point, someone could have done a great deed, and the king was like, "Oh, now you're a noble."
That's exactly how the king
That's how
sounded
the
last
king
time I heard
sounded.
it.
Yeah. Okay. So, let's give me your knights, and I'll whoever wants to start, and then I'm gonna ask you an additional question. So, who wants to start? Who has a guy? Or do we need a minute?
Like a name or like the whole shebang?
Just wait. Start with a name. Name's great.
Tansy Briar the Swift.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
So
crazy.
here's my question for you, and we kind of have this opportunity here. I personally love a sir, either S-I-R or S-E-R.
Okay. Yeah.
As just like a title.
Yeah, sure.
Non-gendered.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. SCR. Sir Tansy
S-E-R.
Briar.
All right. Because I feel like the knights. And now, so my thought here is the knights are all nobles. Like,
Okay.
right? Like you could be a soldier without being a noble, but you can't be a knight without being a noble.
That makes sense.
That makes
Yeah.
sense, yeah.
Noble soldiers.
Yeah. Also, play along at home. If you're in the Discord, I'll pop in and see if there's any fun knights in there. So put it in the live chat channel. Don't put it in the Twitch because I want this for later. The Discord doesn't go away. Okay. We've got Sir Tansy Briar. Beautiful. The Swift, is that their last name? Is it Briar the Swift? Like a hyphenated?
Sure. Yeah. Hyphenated.
Hyphenated. Okay. Do you have an aspect?
No.
Okay.
Pretty.
So here's the thing about aspects. Short, sweet personality trait. Like I'm not trying to, we're not just one. I just want like a descriptor. That's a fun.
Oh no. The first word that came into my mind was flaky, but I don't like that.
Okay. Do you want steadfast?
That's literally the word I was going to say. Steadfast. Yeah.
Steadfast. Beautiful. Okay. And then
Okay, skills.
skill column. Yeah. So I'll come back to you. Who else
Okay.
has one?
I have.
Yeah. Who you got?
His name is Wellspring.
Ooh. Are you okay with a sir?
Sure.
I love this. Okay. Do you have an aspect for Sir Wilson?
Yes. Sir Wellspring is a suck-up.
Ooh. That So many of my questions are already answered for Sir Wellspring. Okay, who else has got something for me?
I am Sir Frazzle-Lup with 2 P's.
Okay.
My aspect is blathering boar.
Okay. I'm imagining spectacles.
Oh, yes, of course. This is the kind of character we're talking about.
Got it. Okay. Do we got a knight over here?
Yeah, sure. I have Sir Greenleaf Ochre. And the aspect is brick wall.
Ah,
Oh,
silent,
we've
stoic
we've
type.
all met those types.
Okay. Let me pop back to Tansy. Do you have a skill column for me?
Yeah. Yeah. Fight in the top.
Fighting 4.
Yep. And then physique and athletics.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we'll do notice.
That's your 4. If,
That's it.
if-
Okay, yeah.
If you're doing fight, physique, athletics, and then notice.
Okay.
Yeah, we're just doing 1
Yep,
for
yep,
4,
yep.
1
Yeah.
for 3, 1 for 2,
Yeah,
and
just
1
a
for 1.
column here.
Okay.
Yes, you don't need to pyramid it. If you haven't picked up what I'm putting down, I'm having you guys make NPCs for me.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't need to make a fully fleshed unless you want to play this guy later, but depends on if they live. Okay. Sir Wellspring.
Deceive 4,
Okay.
physique 3, shoot 2,
Ooh.
contacts 1.
Ooh. Okay. I feel like you're like answering a lot of questions that I haven't even asked yet. Okay. So Frazzle up.
Ooh.
Picking it up.
I have for 4, I have contacts for 4, rapport for 3, provoke for 2, and lore for 1.
Okay. What were you picturing with lore?
He just knows a lot of shit.
Just knows a lot of things.
This pulls out weird knowledge out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Here's a trivia fact.
Also, I think Ian may have sussed out that we end up fighting these guys.
That is not at all where I was going with that. I just want to encounter this guy
No.
because Broker would hate him.
You made someone broker would hate.
Like, oh my god.
Oh God, this guy. Okay, Sir Greenleaf.
Sir Greenleaf, will at +4, fight at +3, physique at +2, and rapport at +1.
Wait, slow down. I'm writing
Whoa.
these down. Cool. Okay, will, fight, physique,
And rapport.
rapport. Okay, so I'm gonna come back to Sir Tansy. Where is Sir Tansy in the Book of Nobility? So basically 2 options, unless you want to be
Orchid.
like a lost prince.
Nah. No. Orchid.
Okay, Orchid. Sir Wellspring.
Sorry, I was getting out my notes where I wrote down what they all were again.
Oh, so Orchid is the longer
Royals,
line, and then
nobilities,
Tulip is
granted
the
nobility, yeah.
like recent. You're like your dad or your grandpa just was turned into a noble.
None of us can
Yeah,
really be
I think
Crocus.
he's probably nobility, but very, very low on the nobility totem pole.
So we'll put Tulip for you.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Granted, yeah, that makes sense.
Sir Frazzle.
Definitely orchids.
Okay.
This is the guy who was born into nobility.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Who is that privilege?
Okay.
Also orchids.
Orchid, great. So Sir Frazzle, you're low on the totem pole. Okay.
Gives me more room to suck up.
Yeah.
Sir Wellspring. Yeah, that's what I feel like. I was like, that answers the question. Okay, so here is my next question
Better
for
to
you.
reach the bums.
So there's. Okay, here's some questions. So, wow, are we good?
Sorry.
Yes, everything's fine.
Okay,
Brittany.
great. I need to know how devoted this knight is. And we've got a couple things that can be devoted to. Are they devoted to the imagination section? Are they devoted to Liege Pip, who is the section liege? Are they devoted to diction? Are they devoted at all? They're just there because they think it looks good on a resume.
I'm trying to build my resume.
I'm trying to
out,
build
you
my
know?
resume. So, Tansy.
They're specifically from imagination.
Okay.
Right?
So
Well, no, I'm asking.
they can be. I mean, there's a couple options for it, but I feel like that makes the most sense.
Okay.
Especially if they're nobility. You
Would you
kind
say
of
the
like state of the area.
Guy's name was Lord Pip.
Liege Pip.
Liege Pip.
Yes. So the section lieges can be Lord, Lady, or Liege. And it's Liege Pip.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Tansy's loyal to imagination then, their section.
The section.
Yeah.
We can
Okay.
still have it. That's allowed.
Yeah, because like you can believe in the
differently.
good of the section, the people, whatever, and
Yeah.
be like, I don't know about Leash Pip. And how do they feel about diction?
Diction, yeah, but as long as imagination is taken care of, I think.
Sure.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Okay, Wellspring.
Wellspring, he is devoted or whatever to the highest status person in his immediate vicinity at any given moment.
Okay, loyal to higher rank. Got it.
Yeah.
So if the king walked in,
If the king walked in, he would be the most loyal diction subject imaginable. If the highest person
Yeah.
was like, screw the king, he'd be like, absolutely, we should screw the king because we
He's
should
not
be
here right now.
independent. He's absolutely that guy.
wishy-washy. Love it. Okay, frazzle up.
Definitely number one devotion is Liege Pip.
Okay.
I feel like this is a contacts kind of guy. It's about knowing people.
Knowing people.
This is somebody he knows, obviously.
Yeah, obviously. We're bestest friends.
We go way back.
We go way back. Greenleaf.
Also Leash Pip,
Okay.
but for the rapport.
You can figure out. Well, I say you guys. I'm
You can
taking them
figure it
back.
out.
I'm taking them back.
I'm just giving you as much as I can.
I love it. Okay. And I do want to describe Liege Pip a little bit, just so we have some kind of background here. So Liege Pip is a fairy with short green hair, orange freckles, droopy orange wings, and a sour disposition. They do not see nuance and hold a terse loyalty to the kingdom of diction. Imagination was the last official section to be conquered, and as such, both the imagination section and the crown are disinclined to insult the other, but do often test the limits. So, take care of their own.
Imagination
Kinda like-
first.
Yeah, imagination section first, and then diction can. The king really wanted something, they would send people, that
Yeah.
kind of deal.
As it should be.
Those
Says
two-
Hannah.
Anytime they're in a room together, it's got to be just the worst.
Yeah,
Because
like-
everything they say has got to be loaded as hell.
Yeah, like a council of the section leads is like so toxic.
Petty to the extreme.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything they say is
I
five
think I hear a
letters.
one shot.
There are a lot. So there's a lot of.
Oh, dear.
So there's a bunch of section lieges. This is actually just as a fun little. I spent so long world building. I might as well bask in it.
Yeah,
Info
enjoy it.
dump!
Enjoy it.
Info dump time.
You should just have a second section for you just,
just a
having
whole
one of
video.
us read off the lore because you're busy.
I have so much going on. I'm gonna see if I can find my list. Okay, here's my list. The section liege of Urn is Lady Heart. The section liege of Non is Lord Diamond. The section liege of Shun is Lady Sword. The section liege of Cirque is Lady Card. Liege Pip is of Imagination. Lord Clover is of the Farron's Isles, and Liege Deck is of Medi. And I only have one of these that has a full description of who this person is. The rest of them are just names.
I'm going to write that down
Later. It's in the World Anvil.
Yeah.
So, okay. Anyways, fun for me. Okay, let's. So we have all of these. So those are also here's the other reason I wanted you guys to do this here. So these are on the table. Put them all kind of like central so that everybody can see these. If you end up encountering the knights, which you may not, this is the fun part about an improvised TTRPG.
The Knights of the Round Table.
It is a table that is round, but I also have made it not round by sticking this section of the table out. So if you encounter these folks and you have something you want to invoke or compel, then you've got kind of everything on the table here. So just as like I wanted to make a little more depth, and also I just thought it was fun. Sometimes I just want a little fun. Okay, so let's see where we're at with this button that I'm pressing. There we go. But it's kind of doing something.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, it's doing something. Okay. So here's where we find ourselves. We are in the Imagination Factory. There is a room in the Imagination Factory that is used for processing imagination magic into solids. It was infected with Chimera. The Chimera has been officially slowed. The room is now tethered to reality. It is sealed with Rosetta inside. The silent alarm is now a very loud alarm. And this is where we started or ended the last session and where we're starting now. Everybody heard it. The two groups of fairies kind of split, I imagine, kind of huddled.
Yeah, I think
We
we probably
st-
just ran in different directions.
Well, I imagine what happens is that we heard it. There's a huddling, right? Of like, what the fuck do we do?
Shit.
And I think Lawson turns to you and says, I don't know what your plan was, but you need to go now, Captain.
I think that captain is going to take 10 off, like,
Yeah.
by surprise a little bit. And I think 10, like, believes Lawson, and I think, yeah.
Yeah.
They're just going to turn to the group and be like, we
Yeah.
need to go.
Let's
Yeah.
get out of here. No.
So, let me just kind of reiterate where we're at. We're at the very back end of the liquid processing in the Imagination Factory. There's the big tanks. You came out of the ceiling, which is not an exit anymore. And it's an airplane hangar, long as shit, to get back to the way you came with the hallways. Right? That way. So, what are we doing? Where are we going?
Okay. How do we get out of here?
I say we go back up the way you and I came in, rather than going out the front door, what with the alarms going, that's what they were looking probably, oh?
You want us to go back up?
Right, they were expecting us to be running down to the exits. We head back up and go out through the way we came in.
Oh, yeah, no, that makes a lot more sense. Sorry, I was thinking, it's not important. Right, yeah, we should.
Come on, don't be nervous about this. You're the criminal here. You should know how to get out of the situation.
It's not that. Fine, okay, grab everything. Let's go. Just grabs like a random bottle.
Of imagination.
Just to grab a few bottles.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah.
If we're gonna if we're going to grab these, everybody roll. I'm not even gonna like roll to see if you touch it. Just roll a resources roll. And that if trying to figure out how I want to do this. So this is okay. Well, the problem is that I'm so used to D&D where it's like roll a d20 and tell me how many you get. There's no numbers on this. So I think this is going to create an advantage for you specifically. So you tell me what number you're trying to hit and help and we'll just say quality. So you want to hit a 1, you take 1. You want to hit a 2, you take 2. So
I should re-roll because I feel like that's cheating. If I know what it was.
okay,
Yeah.
yes. Thank you.
Oh, that's a solid point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
So tell me your number and then roll.
Number of items that we're trying to get.
Yes.
7.
Okay.
No,
so
that's
you,
high.
Really high.
Take it back.
you've got to hit a resource roll
I
of 7.
respect it. though. The fact that you aimed
10
high.
wants.
Yes, and commit to the bit.
Commit to the bid 7. I feel like you just
panic.
Way.
That's not good.
It's nothing. Tank, it's
Nothing on the dice.
Nothing
okay.
on the dice.
You don't have a resource skill
No,
either.
actually,
Okay.
no.
That was very ambitious.
Incredibly.
You can invoke a bunch of shit, I guess.
All right, yeah.
You don't. Okay. I don't know if this would be the time, but don't listen to me. I'm not in charge.
No,
of this.
10's leaving with nothing.
You're like,
I gotta
they're
go.
just like,
Yeah.
You were trying to grab
They
as
like
you were
grab it
walking.
and it kind of breaks and like
Yeah.
it's just boom.
You're like, oh,
Yeah.
we're still walking.
Crap.
Okay.
Yeah. I just grab it. I'm
Unloading
literally,
the altars.
Yeah.
I'm literally grabbing the 1. I'm like freaking
Okay.
the fuck out. I'm like, I'm not
You're
staying
ju-
here.
okay. So your number is 1.
I got 1.
Great. You
That
did
worked
it.
out.
You did it.
I'm gonna try to grab 4.
That makes sense.
So that's a 5 overall. 'cause I have a
Okay.
bag.
So you take 5.
Cool.
That's fine.
Great.
Write that down. That you have 5 bottles of imagination.
That's not gonna be
How
a
long
problem
do
later.
these go for?
Like how long? Like
What's the
they last
conversion
like a
rate
shelf
of,
life.
of drinking an entire bottle of this stuff to having imagination powers?
Ooh.
Because we never discussed this.
Yeah. That's a good question.
Well, 2 ate the little bit of solid bit, and
Yeah,
it
it
was
was kind
almost
of like
immediate.
well, because I didn't think it was fun otherwise.
That's fair.
That's part of
That's
it.
fair.
I think it'll depend. You know what? It's metabolism. So we'll roll for metabolism.
Great. I have that skill. I don't. That would be physique. Probably.
Yeah, it would be physique. What?
Nothing. It just makes me giggle.
That I'm making you roll for metabolism. Welcome to fate, baby.
Roll for metabolism.
Roll for metabolism. It's not D&D anymore.
You try to say Constitution, I'm kicking you.
Get out of here.
I think I start with a -3 in metabolism.
I don't know. You can eat a lot. Your character can nom nom nom. Okay. Are you grabbing any? You're not. You don't care. Okay. Are you grabbing any for anybody else?
No. No, hack is like,
Can I give you a fate point to do it for 2?
sure.
Okay. you just do it. Like you get a fate point and you do it, but
All right.
you know, you don't want it.
Yeah.
Like you have stuff in your hands now.
Everyone else is doing it. They're like, okay.
Like, okay. And you have to hand it off to 2 later. That's what makes it terrible.
Yes.
You got stuff in your hands. Okay.
Perfect.
So we're all grabbing imagination
Sure.
in bottles. Some of them are heart shapes, some of them are star shapes, some of them are square, some of them are circles.
I'm just imagining like the little sand bottles.
Mhm.
Yeah, the little
Yeah,
sand.
little sand bottles, little mana bottles.
I'd be admiring them more if we weren't about to die.
You
so,
also do not care.
Yeah, I'm running the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Okay. Well, where are we running? Because your options, and this is not an extensive list, but the option to like exit out at any point is the other way. Right?
Yeah.
Past people into the hallway where there are more people. But
We could try to climb up the chutes that they drop the raw
so
stuff down.
those chutes came into the storage area, which was, where did I say that was?
How close is that to where
One
Lev-
floor below.
One floor below you. Yeah.
Mm.
So like it came in through the top and then came out at the bottom. So if someone spends a fate point, I'll let you have a shoot somewhere else. But
I'll spend a fate point for that.
cool. Then we'll say that there's like the chute is exposed in the wall between the levels, so it's not open.
But it's like a pipe.
yeah. So it's like a pipe,
okay,
but
look-
like.
Yeah.
I have an
like
idea.
one of those clear pneumatic tubes or
Ooh,
something. Kind of thing, yeah.
yeah.
I have an idea. I'm gonna reach onto my back where I've attached that nail clipper that I took from earlier. I'm gonna swing it over and just. All right. Gonna try to clip the pipe open. I imagine this is strong material.
Yeah. To create an advantage here.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry. I'm not rolling for that, am I?
Yeah, you pick a skill that you're telling
I guess
me
I'm
that
gonna roll for
I would say, I don't know, craft.
burglary.
No.
This is I'm burgling.
Mm,
This is getting in and out of a place.
Did
To burgle.
steal.
I just burgled. I'm in the process of burgling.
fine.
It's not. I don't think it's gonna help me much, but I got a 3.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know what I'm trying to reach, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you successfully open up the pipe. Maybe it is a lot of compressed air, so it kind of like blows everyone's hair back. Yeah, your little Spidey's like holding on to whoever with like 2
Sitting on
little
my
legs.
shoulder.
Yeah.
He sticks, so it's okay.
No one's
guy.
hurt or anything. It's just kind of
Alright.
like.
Okay, well, that gives us an opening. We gotta go up, though. So that's gonna be a whole thing.
I mean, I can climb up and have the rope for the grappling hook trail down.
Okay. Yeah.
Is the pressurized air in this thing flowing in a certain direction? Like could this be the like the bag return chute that they put the empty bags after they dump them back in and it shoots it back up to the thing so that they can reload?
That would
Yeah,
be really.
think-
I just think that's very
This
helpful.
goes in the pool. I don't
It's like
actually
we're at
do
a
this.
bank.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Done. Yeah. Love it.
Well, that's
All right.
convenient.
There was 2 next to each other. I picked the right one.
That worked out really well.
Wow. Somebody's watching me.
All right. Let's go. Let's go.
Just
Opts
if you
in.
wanna go in.
Just opts in. He's like, all right.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
I'll go last. Make sure everybody else is there. And I'm-
Yeah. Before you swipe up into the tube, you see the B team heading off towards the main entrance.
Sure, they'll be fine.
Say a little prayer for you.
All right. Cool.
We're going right back up towards the top.
Sure.
We came in on a bug. I don't
You
remember
did
what kind.
come in on a
Beetle?
bug.
think it came on a beetle. It wasn't a beetle. It was not a beetle.
It was something with wings.
Dragonfly? No.
No.
What the fuck was it? How did we get here?
How did we get here?
We'll say it's a beetle with wings. Nobody fact check me.
Fair enough.
I don't care.
Are there dragonflies?
No.
Quick, text
Oh.
Daniel.
No.
Dragonflies just feel like this world's equivalent of motorcycles, so I thought that'd be cool.
I just I hesitate to think of what a dragonfly in the library would do to the bugs.
Oh.
We're fairies.
Yes.
We have magic.
You live in
You're
the
worried about the
library.
dragonflies?
I'm worried about
ecosystem will
readers
be in shambles.
coming in and spraying for bugs.
Oh, God, okay. Fair. We already have.
Canonically, it
Other
has
bugs.
happened
All right.
before.
Yes.
Regardless, we need mounts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So
We'll grab what's nearby. Get the fuck out of here. The fastest looking thing nearby.
okay. Well,
I know my mounts, so I know
I'm
it's fast.
I'm gonna make that another roll. You know what? Everybody just roll me a mount. If you get 4, you get what you want to a degree. Anything under, it's
I would like to spend a fate point on Spider Wrangler and Speedster
to get-
a better mount, because I rolled like shit. I need to reroll.
okay. I'm playing really fast and loose with rules today. I'm so sorry,
Oh my
Evil
God.
Hat.
I rolled so awful.
I rolled so bad.
Okay, cool. There are all centipedes, so you can't fly. You have to.
Slow caterpillars.
Yeah. You have to climb down the side of the tree.
Damn. Well, that ain't good.
So.
Of course, that's probably right when everybody took everything else and went, so it's great timing on that.
I mean, they might be looking for someone flying away, so maybe flying
That's right.
is not the best option.
So how the hell are we're at the very top, and we are deciding right now that we shouldn't fly?
Well, we crawl down. Like, I mean, to be fair, Hack and I, we ended up climbing we were stopped at one point, but like, you know, we fell down. But like, we're just going down this time, so I mean.
Right. It should be fine, probably.
Yeah, I mean, it hurt like hell smacking into the barrier on our way up. I don't know about how the barrier works on the way down.
Maybe it's only one way.
Let's hope.
You just think it's only one way.
We still have our badge from earlier that we used to get
Did
in.
you keep it? Or did you put it with the mount?
I would have held on to it.
Okay.
There's no way I would have gotten rid of that. I would have figured the mount would probably not be the same one. So maybe that'll let us through, so it should be fine. Just let me go first, I guess.
Grab centipedes, I guess.
All right, we're all on centipedes. Whee!
It's this entire stampede sound, but it's just like 4 centipedes.
Yeah.
Because there's so many legs.
Just like a little soft, like rustling of rain is the centipedes, because their little feet are so cute.
I love those little guys.
They're
Anyways,
so little.
it's terrifying.
Unfortunately, it's not on a loop, and I just remembered it's not on. Yeah, the alarm's still sounding. So, okay, let's get out. You're on centipedes.
Glad nobody's stopping us. That'd be really awful.
No one's stopping us
Everyone's,
yet.
everyone's like, fuck this shit.
No one's in the. Well, fine. You want people in the break room? Done. There's some fairies in the break room, and they all are bald.
All of them?
Some of them are balding.
Wow. What a weird coincidence.
Imagination collection gets to you, man.
It's like you can choose your appearance, and they've all chosen to look like dock workers.
They have their own gang. thing
Yeah,
going
they
on.
have they're all union men.
If you've worked in the imagination factory and have experienced hair loss, you may be entitled to compensation.
And one of them goes, "Hey, that's my centipede," and his
Suck it
name
up.
is Larry, and he clicks a beeper like a car alarm, and your centipede goes. and lock
Scratch it out of his
and
hand.
finger and its legs lock. Okay, fine. Roll a fucking physique against this guy, against Larry.
Oh no, my physique is awful. 0.
I love Larry. Larry is my new favorite. Give me some dice.
Oh, I seem to recall that early on when we got here, Tenerife had a fling with an old
Nice. He
I
rolled a
feel like
-1,
Larry's
right?
the one.
Larry.
I feel like it's gotta be Larry. Oh, so we can get out of here.
What the fuck?
Bald-headed Larry, like, come here. Yeah, exactly.
The fuck?
And Jen was like,
Okay, I will give you a fate point for that.
Funny.
Because I mean, he rolled a -1, so
Yeah,
I
that
clearly
was
got
a
it from him.
-1. It's a 2 with the physique,
Oh,
so
damn.
it's still better. But like,
Distracted.
oh,
Yeah,
hello.
Ten's coming over and putting the moves on, like all the stops, like hand against the wall.
That's
like,
basically a boost.
You know,
so that's a
just
+2 for me.
totally laying it on thick.
But you can't
But
speak.
they can't speak. And Tenerife doesn't need to speak. Okay? Ten doesn't need to speak. It is like all eye contact, like just like feelings and emotions, like just breaths. Yeah, it's totally. And Ten like kind of like does something and like just takes the little the fob back from Larry. And like surreptitiously tosses it to Broker.
Let's get this thing started.
I'm gonna put you all in the singular facility.
In the what?
I don't know.
You hear the centipede just go.
We're going to jail, guys.
And the radio starts playing. Okay, get out of here.
It was definitely on like one of those old like classic rock stations for sure. There's no way Larry doesn't listen to classic rock. I mean, look at him.
like Tibetan chants. I think.
Oh God, the fuck, Larry. Good for you, I guess. But like, what?
I'm not even gonna
I'm gonna
try.
change the channel on that one. Anyways, we're leaving on the Senate. What? We only need one. It's a
You're
centipede.
all on the same centipede,
Yeah.
and you're going out of the entrance, and all the other fairies in there were like, "What the fuck just happened?" And like you jump on the centipede just as the like hind
exactly.
like goes out and like do a little wink.
Like it blows a kiss.
And Larry like catches it and
Yeah.
like smitten. Holy fuck. Oh my god. I'm crying.
We're going down the tree. There's alarms everywhere. And Brooke just goes, "What the fuck? What the fuck was that?" Never mind. It's fine. You can't talk.
Okay.
It worked. So great job. But what? Okay. I'm pulling out the whatever badge. It was a badge.
Yeah, it was a badge.
Okay, I'm pulling out the badge.
Okay, great.
I think that allowed us to get through the first
It
time.
did
so.
allow you to get through the first time.
We better be holding on tight, by the way, because we're climbing
You're going
down
s-
a
oh, yeah,
wall.
down a-
So
a
you guys better
full-
have really strong thighs.
Hack and I learned the hard way.
The hard way.
I strap myself in, you know. I wear seatbelts. I don't know about everybody else.
I don't know
I know what I'm doing.
seatbelts. What the fuck are seatbelts?
You think it doesn't have a? It has a radio.
It
You think it doesn't have a seatbelt?
It's got saddles for sure.
Yeah. So I'm wearing my saddle
Your
strap.
saddle strap. I need a break.
And guys,
you
we
seem pretty broken already.
we broke pretty.
I can't see. Yeah. The badge is not doing much. You get to the section, and like you don't like slam into it because you're not going that fast. You kind of like start to skid on the like surface,
Okay.
and like you're like above nothing right now. Are you stopping this? You're driving the centipede.
Yeah, I'm stopping it if we
Okay.
can't go through it.
You can't go through
I'm
it.
holding the badge. I'm like, this thing worked the
Does
first
it
time.
stop eventually? Could we just like ride it until we fall off? Do you
Yeah, but
think?
then we'd
It's
fall
pretty
off.
high.
You're
is
not
very
saying
high.
this. It's okay.
Yeah. So
Uh,
in character, out of character.
Okay, this worked last time. It got me in. I'm just gonna. I'm holding the badge. I'm like, just against the barrier.
Oh, like.
It doesn't have a button on it, does it? I don't think it does. We just flew in. It just worked.
How about that fob thing that you got for the centipede? Anything on there that looks like it might work?
Okay, pull it out. There's a keychain, obviously, of some kind.
It's got like an 80s rock band.
Yeah. I flipped through. There's a bunch of different like house keys and stuff on it.
You took this man's whole keys.
I just took his keychain.
Oh my.
Tenerife took the whole keychain.
I mean, there's gotta
Needs to be done.
on the keychain. There's no way there's not like a garage door kind of opener thing.
Fine, but you click it, you start falling. roll a mounts to see if you reorient the centipede. If anybody has a mount skill, you can add a +1 to it. Okay, never mind. It doesn't fucking matter.
You can get a +1.
What is
for
the
shits
centipede
and giggles.
doing now? Loop-de-loops in the air to sprout wings? What's happening?
I assume that it just had to rapidly kind of like, because its front half was like up a little bit. when the
Yeah.
berry
It's got
was
like
out.
those little pinchy things at the back. Maybe they just latched onto the tree before it,
Oh,
before
yeah,
it started to fall, and it just
yeah.
And I assume because I just rolled so well, it got a speed boost from that gravitational, because it just dropped, so it kind of started dropping, but like the lower half kept going like this on the tree, and the upper half was like pulling it down.
Yeah.
So we're going fast.
You're going fast.
But
You're
it's
going
still holding
so
on.
Fast.
Centipede roller coaster coming 2026.
Yeah, it definitely looks like that. Everyone's screaming. You're falling down the tree. Okay.
It's a good time.
It's a great time.
We're having fun,
Cool. Give me back my knights.
family-friendly
This is
fun.
useless. What a useless exercise.
There you go.
Thank you.
You're gonna keep those for later and then just bring them on us in the most
Were they
inopportune
going to
time.
stop us on the way out? Is that
No,
what's
they
up?
were just inside.
Oh.
Whether or not they stopped you was irrelevant. They are inside the imagination factory
Man, it's a
right
good thing we
now.
went out the top, huh?
But you don't know this because you rolled very well on a lot
No
of things.
idea.
we should have made them a lot tougher, and they would have taken care of Lawson and crew for us.
Don't know what the alarm was for. Other than there was an alarm going
Lawson's
off.
dead.
All right. Well, let's we'll roll for that. Well, this guy has fight. So, well, these guys have fight. So,
Well, for Lawson getting murked?
sure.
Oh, okay. Can I roll?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
What'd you roll?
At 1.
Okay. So we're gonna roll at highest fight here is 4 plus 1, so 6. We'll say that was a 6.
Okay.
That was not the button I wanted to press.
Sure, I'll roll for the other one, I guess.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
So
Are you
no,
guys
well,
friends or
so
not?
this
My
is
father,
this is all the
I don't
knights.
know.
So
Gotcha.
the knights roll it at a 6. So
Okay.
and then I'm gonna roll Lawson and I don't know if
Got the same anyway. So
okay.
really.
So
Lawson's already really injured.
Lawson, you started healing Lawson. Okay, so
Didn't work.
it did not work. But we can roll at a
You should
6.
roll for
We can
Lawson.
roll at a 6 for the group
You should roll for Lawson.
because they all have fight.
It just feels right for you. Oh, that's a -2.
Okay, so that's a 4. Cool. So we're inflicting some damage.
Oh.
I'll decide what happens from there, but that's a shift of 2. So
Sorry.
It'd be really shame if Lawson just died off screen.
It'd be such a shame.
Oh no.
It would be a shame.
I have so much.
I like
written.
Lawson.
We'll come back to that one. Okay.
Hannah likes Lawson.
I was gonna say, I don't think 10 likes
No,
Lawson.
Hannah likes Lawson.
Okay.
Okay. So some stuff is we cut to inside of the imagination factory, and you don't see Lawson, but you see Hawk like appear behind a knight and then disappear, and that knight's like wah, and then Quarter is like ah, and got hit, and then that's it.
So
Cut.
my understanding is that they encounter each other in the hallway and they go ah, and that's it.
And
That's the scene.
Yeah, that's the
Okay,
scene.
gotcha.
Ah!
They just scream at each other.
Yeah. Why are you here? I'm in the King's Guard. Why are you here? That's what it is.
And then Quarter gets punted across the
Yeah,
room.
correct. yeah, end scene.
But by Hawk as a defense mechanism, they like batter up.
With,
You know,
They
like
fling
and like
Quarter.
Quarter comes like yeah.
Yeah, I love it. Quarter still takes 2 damage,
oh, poor Quarter.
but that's okay.
She'll be all right.
Yeah, she'll be fine. Okay, so you are now outside the tree. That was fast.
That was easy.
Where are we going from here? I gotta find
mean,
some notes.
We gotta get the fuck out, like now.
We have to get Noah and Blink and our other mounts first.
Yes, you're right. That's what I meant. Yeah, let's go. We'll just start going that direction.
Scribbling. Do we need to
As we're-
ditch?
as
Do
we're
we,
riding?
yeah. Do we need to
Oh.
ditch the mount? Like, is that gonna draw attention to us?
I mean, we're not gonna keep it. We're gonna, we gotta get our own back, and then we'll go. We only have one. Shit. Oh no. We only have our one beetle, right?
You have so many mounts.
We have.
Oh, I
You
forgot
don't
you
know.
brought home shit.
Yeah.
We have a bunch of mounts.
You don't have Stinky yet.
You're right.
No.
we don't have
Stinky
Stinky.
yet. But you've got
All right.
Blinky and
Blinky
and Winky
Winky
and
Pink.
Is there another one? And,
Yeah, yeah.
And
I
Rose?
heard you had something crazy, and I just went,
No,
I'm not
We
dealing
have
with
Rose.
Yeah, you're like, I don't want to deal with that.
Blinky. Stinky.
We
don't have
Stinky.
we don't have
Yorick, the
Stinky yet.
Manus.
Yorick. Yeah.
Did we keep Yorick?
We did
or
not keep
No,
No.
Brisket has that.
Oh, yeah, we did not find Drew, the maggot.
We have
Yeah.
a worm.
Uh-huh.
We have
We have
Blink.
Winky the worm. We have
Winky.
Blinky the centipede.
a centipede.
And Rose the beetle.
And Rose,
And Rose the
Rose
beetle, yes.
Yeah.
Tricked out.
And we were going to try to find Stinky because we thought it'd be funny to make Broker ride the dung beetle, but we never found Stinky.
Well,
so.
Brisket was going to go get Stinky and
That's
then
right.
bring him back.
Who knows what happened to Brisket?
Yeah.
Brisket's lost again.
Died
I'm
off
sure. I'm sure. Brisket's fine. Just lost.
Tried to cram 6 more.
Yeah. Creatures in the cart that doesn't fit.
No.
So we're gonna go get everybody.
Okay, so where did we hole up? We holed up in the
It was in like an abandoned house, and the only reason I know this is because it had a
Create
closet that I could throw,
yeah, you throw a skeleton, in, there.
in.
But it was like kind of farther away from the Imagination Factory, right?
Don't worry about it.
So you've
Yeah,
gotta
we were way
you've gotta
down.
traverse Imagination section right now.
Yeah.
So
Fine.
yeah, I'm not making that easy.
It's only a centipede going really fast, led by a criminal,
Yeah.
who's notably a criminal.
Yes.
While an alarm's going off at the factory.
At the
It's fine.
factory,
It's
yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Thank goodness we don't have a whole bunch of stolen imagination in our possession.
Shove it all in the bag. No one can find it.
Okay, that's kind of, it's really hard for me to justify Imagination being stolen when you don't purchase it. It's kind of like that's a weird.
Yeah, you can't steal from people here. If you take it, you're just borrowing.
Sure. But also, we have other things to worry about, like why the alarm is going off, which is the Chimera. Like, that was part of the thing. So,
Not that
okay.
we know about that in character.
Okay, you don't know that the alarm going off is related to that, but
Yeah.
you do know Chimera is part
No,
of it now.
yes,
So
yeah.
maybe you could put 2 and 2 together if you wanted to.
But I'm only 2.
I'm only.
There's a
2.
second two.
Uh-huh.
I don't want to put them together. I don't know what 4 is like, and I'm scared.
Okay.
All right.
So we're traversing across.
So as we're making our way, Hack is going to say, all right, so I understand that our immediate goal is to get back, find Blink and No and all the rest of that and get the hell out of Dodge, but what are we going to do about that back there, right? I mean, we left it kind of slowed but in a room. What's our plan for dealing with that? We can't just let it go. We can't just leave it there indefinitely.
Well, yeah, that's this kind of, I mean, I don't know much about. I know next to nothing about dealing with Chimera, but I do know someone who does. Again, and it would probably be best to go try to visit them at this point, especially because there are also bombs. Unless we want to try to find the bombs first, but I feel like that might also not work.
Let's just go find your insane friend.
Just out of curiosity, and again, I'm just
Turned down an alleyway.
Yeah, I'm just thinking here. Can you think of anyone other than perhaps your boss who could have
Not my boss.
your ex-boss?
Not my ex-boss.
Okay, other than this person that you're taking us to, who might have known enough about Chimera magic to have created a bunch of bombs in the first place?
No.
Oh, shit.
Because it occurs to me as we're riding along here that somebody built these things.
Yeah.
Somebody contained them.
Yeah.
And the only person we know of that knows any way of containing Chimera is Arak.
Who is universally considered as a supervillain by the entire kingdom of Diction.
Yeah.
So perhaps before we just go traipsing in there, we might want to consider exactly all of these ramifications. Also, maybe we should send a message to Auditory City saying, hey, send some builders to the Imagination Factor stat.
Yeah, no, that'd be a really good idea. Now, the question is, are we going to have this conversation right here in this alley right now? Or
Well,
are we
we're
gonna go
moving.
home? Okay, because...
No, we're moving. I'm bringing it up.
Okay, just...
People are thinking about it so we can have the discussion when we get there.
Right. I just can't really think very well right now, so...
We should probably also get Tenerife Field.
Yeah, I'd like to.
Roll me a stealth against a 4.
I'm rolling stealth?
You're driving.
Yeah, yeah. If anybody else has,
I
has
can
it,
give.
you
I can give
a
plus.
teamwork.
Yeah, I can give a teamwork.
Then 5.
5. Great. Cool.
I'm very stealthy.
You're very stealthy. Stick to the shadows. You go up and under and around and on any
Falling on the underside of like an overhang.
Yeah, anytime you see
I
a
can't hang
person-
on to the thing because I have these 2 bottles in my
You
hands.
can put it in 2 bags.
I'm
We
sitting there
go
squeezing
along
my
that.
leg together real tight. Going,
It's a good thing you're so strong.
He looks back and he holds the bag and we're like, do you want to?
oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
But we're upside down. so you
That's
can like, come on. Dude, just-
Yeah, you catch it. Great. Okay. Okay. Great. Yep. You get back to your house that you took over.
No one came
Nobody
around.
lives here. It's fine.
Roll me just a flat set of dice against I don't know. We're gonna say a 3. This is against all of imagination section.
Wow.
3.
Great, cool. Maybe one person noticed, but they're like, I'm not actually gonna investigate what's going on
It's
here.
one of those things like you're in New York City, you see the weirdest ass thing going on, and you're like,
That's
no.
not
I'm
my
not
business.
going that way.
I
I need to get coffee.
I think there's a baby in there, but we're just gonna I'm just gonna move on. So yeah, you go behind the stacks, which in imagination are very short little bookshelves because it's the children's section. And yeah, you find the little alcove that has the little house tucked away in a book. Everybody roll. Oh God, I don't know how to do this. Let's just say a physique
For
or athletics
what exactly?
against a 3.
dear lord, this doesn't happen to be speed based, does it?
No.
Do
Okay.
athletics.
Wow. That's a -2. I don't know what the fuck
That's
I'm rolling.
so many shifts.
6.
Okay.
I got a 5.
5. What did I say? 3. Okay.
I don't know what I can invoke because I don't know what the fuck I'm rolling for.
I'm just gonna. I'll just take 2 shifts of damage. I know that's not how this works, but just
Sure.
2 stress. Like this will clear. But you just you make the centipede go away, and then you go into the door and you like fall on your face because there was a tripwire on the on the doorway, and then you hear ha!
Think it's us. It's
Who goes there? I forget what her voice sounds like.
Glad
it's
that
the
you're
friendship
preparing.
gang.
Ah, we need like a call sign. We need to like do like a caca kind of situation.
Yeah, I mean, do you want to do crack? I mean,
Caca would. Let me think. So what else?
Okay, wait. Before you say anything else, we
Yeah.
need to have a long talk about everything that we are talking about on the centipede.
What? Well, I wasn't on the centipede.
but we
so-
Right,
need to catch
you're-
you up
we're
first
gonna have
about
to-
what
Oh.
Yeah.
happened.
Well, I'll catch you up with this thing first. Noah's got some strong healing spells. My bones are great. It's been several sessions, and I'm healed from that.
Wait,
That's the passage of time.
the little guy can heal?
I guess. I was, we were playing keep upsies where I watched No keep upsies, and then No came down and was like, poof, and like a lot of glitter, and then I was like, oh wow, everything feels better.
Where's No right now?
Under the pillow, and you like see the bed is like a big pillow for it. I know somebody like made a baby crate, but that's not the case anymore.
I'm gonna.
The baby crate lasted maybe like an hour.
Yeah.
Does the door have any locks on it, by the way?
No.
Does
You've
the-
taken over an abandoned house.
Oh, I
Does
know.
the pillow fort have any locks on it?
And they're made out of paper from the books.
All right.
I'm pretty impressed, actually.
Oh, that's my doohickey skills.
That's very good.
Yeah, well, no seemed to want a door, so I was like, well, we'll do like a door situation, and then it's like inside or outside, and I was like, it doesn't really matter.
I'm gonna
They're
set
not
the
real.
tripwire back up.
Great. I forgot how fun this character is.
All right. I'm gonna go get No because
Sure.
No's in the little fort.
Yeah, No's in the fort, and like you open the door, and like it seems just slightly bigger on the inside. Not enough that you're like for sure, but you're like,
Hey there.
and
You
you're
in there, little guy?
there's yeah, the baby's having a great time.
Hey, no. Everything going okay?
You're
I don't know what the
saying
fuck
full
he's-
sentences to
Yeah,
a toddler.
Brooker's realizing
Here.
that's the second he's saying it. He's like, all right, I heard you can heal and we need healing. Can you help?
Two reaches into his bag and holds out a few things that like kind of look similar to blocks. They're like odds and ends and stuff, and be like,
No, if you are able to help Tenerife, you can have these. And these to be-
You're right. Go pick him up. walk on over to where 10 is. Just, I don't know how this works. I mean, you can make that sound. Well, I guess that's not really talking. All right, no.
Sick 'em.
do your thing, I guess.
Shake 'em like a salt shaker.
Nah, Brooker's not doing that. Brooker's just.
Show know what you can't. Try to talk and
And no, like mimics you, like same thing. Mo's also silent. You're having a silent conversation now.
Is it coming across? Are we sharing a wavelength?
Baby.
Yeah. A very talented baby.
A
No,
very
t-
talented baby.
Listen, I
No.
wasn't going to do this, but then you were like, is a talented healer.
Well-
And I'm like, all righty.
I think that's so funny. I was just like, I need an in-game way to explain why it hasn't been like less than 24 hours. And Blink is like, I'm healed. Because it's been many sessions since you've been to this, and I don't think it's fun anymore, so Blink's
no.
fine.
10 wants to sing you a song, but
And so I just want to, Tenerife, you're holding No,
I'm
and No's
holding.
leaning
Yeah.
around to like look at you upside down.
yeah, doesn't face.
Yeah, no,
too well,
just so you know, this
Uh,
is the direction you're talking to.
10 is trying to wants to sing you a song but can't. Lost her voice. Lost their voice and it's really rough. Can you give them their voice back?
Brooker just sits down,
They
just
can,
like,
but 10 now has an accent.
I'd be willing to make a rapport roll for
That
it.
sounds like
Or maybe you
something
have
that you
to
could.
sing everything.
Jeez. Don't even. No.
No.
Oh, damn.
How dare you?
Yeah, fine.
Oh, I was
funny.
kidding.
I think it's the funniest result. But like,
What's the accent?
like semi-permanent.
accent?
Are you just British?
Yeah.
now?
What's the accent, librarian?
Librarian.
What
picking
accent
it.
do you want?
What accents are you good at that you can maintain for?
Because we don't want one of those.
It's still got to fit, but it's got to be different.
something you can maintain for another year and a half.
Yeah, maybe you could do like an Irish accent poorly.
No. What was your dad? What's his name? Toon. What was Toon's accent?
Okay.
Hick.
No. No.
That's
Okay.
Blink.
Okay. Because that's already that's here, and I don't want to do this.
Well, but we said, so we said Toon is from Oratory City.
No, I can't remember.
I
no,
can't remember
No.
we said like
He, like, lives there.
in Oratory City,
But he's like a
like surveyor.
outskirts kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like could be from anywhere.
So really, what we're saying is you could pick any voice.
Nomadic, let's say, and then Toon just ended up there
Where?
at Oratory City,
Okay.
like at the heart, like their little group.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Oratory City, I do all of my nobles with a British accent.
Okay, we can do. Yeah, we'll do an English accent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not? Okay.
Like an upper crust.
Ooh, posh.
I mean, it would be.
Yeah,
posh.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
a
yeah. Like
posh. Okay.
annoying posh.
Okay.
Sorry.
I've got to put
sorry.
the stick up my bum, so okay. You know.
Okay.
That's easy enough to do.
Great.
Oh, no.
I know you're supposed to roll for stuff. I'm just gonna say it happens because this is so funny to me. So your lost voice is we're gonna it's just new voice, like
New voice.
yeah. And okay, so when it kicks, you can have your old voice back, but
if you want.
if
to.
you want. I'm not. I'm
Maybe 10 just like it.
maybe just like
They're like, this is what I should have always sounded like.
Yeah.
I don't know why I didn't really.
Okay. So yeah, I think so. You're holding No, who's hanging upside down, and they like lean back up and they like sneeze on you, and like a bunch of like gold magic glitter like everywhere, and then they like fly out of your arms.
Well,
My word. I can talk again. That's lovely. Okay, wonderful. All right. Yes.
Great.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Why are you doing the?
Well, you sound a bit high and mighty. I feel like.
Sound a bit high and mighty.
Yeah, that's not what.
Like
I
I've
mean,
not sounded like that before.
Well, I don't know if you want me to answer that honestly.
I mean, you always kind of sounded high and mighty.
Oh, well, I guess if we're speaking freely, yeah. I mean, like, it was a lot, but now you've got, like, a whole demeanor. Like a vernacular.
I mean, you just sound like one of them noble pricks.
Huh.
But
A
it's
noble
good
prick.
that your voice is back.
It is, yes. Okay.
Two's gonna go over and give the blocks to No.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Has No noticed Nesta Jr. yet?
yeah.
Oh, the
they've just been on my
spider.
shoulder this whole time.
I mean, I think if you introduce the two of them.
I just haven't
You
come
got a
up
new
yet.
little sibling there, No?
I don't think we should introduce these two right now. We have other things we need to be worrying about that don't involve a child and a spider flying around the room.
Well, I'll give No their special song, and I'll send them right to sleep.
Oh, good. I can't wait to hear you sing this.
Oh, well, it's a silent song.
It's all mental. It's just staring at the child while they're getting beamed into their brain.
I
I
don't.
will now sing him 4 minutes and 33 seconds.
Yes. Well, I'm just gonna go. Don't worry about me. I'll put No down for a little nappy nap. I'll be back.
All right. That's a good plan.
Go to sleep. Are you talking without Blink?
All right. No.
Are you talking without Blink?
Yeah, we need
Okay.
to make sure we can say everything we need to say.
Yeah. No, I'm just wanting the spatial awareness here.
Yeah.
Okay. What all are we letting Blink in on with all of this? I mean, Blink ain't exactly part of the original team.
We aren't exactly part of Blink's original team. Blink and Two formed a gang and they let us in.
Right, but the whole mission from the crown or whatever.
I say don't share anything. Ignorance is bliss. It protects Blink. Do not share.
Right. I mean, I think that makes a lot of sense, which is kind of where I was
Two?
thinking.
You know Blink better than any of us and longer.
I mean, I feel like if we're bringing Blink along, Blink deserves to know a little bit more.
On a need-to-know basis, perhaps?
Well, if you're coming along, then I'd say you need to know.
Everything.
Blink
Well-
needs to know what she's getting into. We
I
at
mean,
least
we're
had-
going to someplace extremely dangerous.
Yeah, we're going back to the Shadowlands.
But she at least deserves know what we are getting in. She deserves to have the choice.
Yeah.
I think that's fine. Sure. Tell Blink we perhaps are going to see a rock.
Why don't
But
we?
are you going to? Are you willing to share that you are infected with Chimera?
Yeah. Why don't
Like,
we
are
start
we
with
sharing that?
I think we should start and see if she's okay with the Shadowlands, and then go from there.
We'll start with the
because-
simplest thing, and then just keep going up until she says no. Doesn't want in anymore.
Fine. It's fine with me.
'Cause, I mean, otherwise, she's gonna end up in a real undesirable place real fast, and we don't want that. We gotta leave like now.
I'm gonna I feel bad about Lawson. I'm going to write a note and see if we can ask for builders to come to Imagination Factory since they're in such a lurch. I don't know. I don't know. That future that you saw is disheartening, but
Yeah. Getting back to the city would be a real bad idea.
Yeah, no, I mean, you can send one of them little bubbly.
now that I've got my voice back, but it does sound different.
I mean, voices change.
Okay,
Yeah.
voices change. I'll just put in a code word. Yeah.
Are you sending this to Lawson direct? Who are you sending this to?
Lawson directly because of the vision that knows about.
Oh,
Yeah.
That 10 can't get into the castle, so I think they're like, I don't know if I can send it directly to the castle.
Okay.
Based on that, so I think they're gonna try to send it to Lawson. Which who knows what Lawson is doing or up to if things are going well, but
Okay.
yeah.
I'm gonna have you create an advantage because I feel like this is a pretty far speaking spell.
Yeah.
And there is always a possibility it could be intercepted. That's why kind of runners became like
Right.
the standard.
And I feel like that also is like a fallback. Maybe 10 might want to try to do both.
Okay. I think you're gonna have a harder time just because like you're not in like a
A runner
main
situation.
area
Yeah.
with runners. But if you're just sending a speaking spell, I'll just say you created advantage of if you want to, I don't know, maybe your advantage is you create a security spell around it, like that
Yeah.
nobody can get into it except for Lawson or you
Sure,
know, like
yeah.
something like that. Yeah. I'm gonna say roll this at a 4.
Okay. And do you think like will for this magic?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, row.
That's not
3.
Okay. I mean, I feel like this is certainly a situation for Captain of the King's Guard.
Yeah.
Do you have a fate point to spend? Okay. Great. Are you adding a +2 or are you re-rolling?
+2. We'll do
Okay.
+2.
Great. 5. Great.
I just like to feel it.
Yeah, you like it. We like
Okay.
we like a dice stim.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
So okay, great. So describe to me like what that looks like without like obviously we don't know what the end result is and we'll come back to that at a later date. But like what does it look like for you to make a speaking spell and then another spell? And, like what does it do? How does it move? How does like
Yeah.
I'd love to hear this.
Sure. So it comes together like 10 like walks off by themselves and they kind of just start like picking like little pieces of the air, doing the little swirly motions, and like almost like they're playing a theremin or something like and maybe that's the sound that is going on too for all of these protections to surround the speaking bubble. So like some kind of theremin music is going on as they fine tune everything, and then 10 sends it off, and it kind of like adopts Tenerife's movements and kind of dodges and weaves amongst the other fairies.
yeah.
It acts more British.
Yes, it does. It all of a sudden has a pinky out. Yes.
There's a bubble with a pinky out.
Yeah, the bubble is like going down the street and it's like, I think I smelled tea, and it like takes a little moment, takes a little gander and just like, and then continues on its merry little way.
Tenerife's magic
and-
is British now.
Hopefully we'll reach Lawson.
Okay.
Yeah.
But headed towards the Imagination Factory, I imagine.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think it's just like a homing pigeon, just kind of like going to wherever the thing.
But like really meandering.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Since that was a success, I'm going to say this successfully gets to Lawson. Now, where Lawson is, you don't know.
Wait a
Right.
But we're going to say that. So I don't know. Okay, here's what I'm going to say. Make yourself a little note here that you have that.
Okay.
So, Lawson message received or something like that. And if we need that later, that's an advantage you've created. Lawson has it. Again, where Lawson is, we'll
Right.
figure it out. But that's specifically a thing you have. And the message was send builders to Imagination Factory to move the room. I mean, Lawson was in the room, so it's not like
Yeah,
they
to
don't
just
know
kind
that.
of like fix what needs fixing.
Sure, but you're offering a solution.
Yeah.
Like a command,
Like
maybe
deal with the room problem
by
Yeah.
doing this.
by doing
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. Okay.
And get Rosetta out.
I get Rosetta out.
There's a note. in there about
Rosetta. Never mind. There's
Look,
a lot
she
of-
could have left. She just didn't. Okay?
She went down with the ship, is what she's trying to do.
It sounds noble, but we're gonna come across her as the avatar for the Chimera later, and that's just gonna be a nightmare. So
I have so many options for avatars. You don't even know.
We can have multiples.
No,
Why
that's
limit
true.
it to one? Big hive mind.
Big hive.
No.
I don't like that. Okay, so great. We've sent that speaking spell off.
Cool.
Now what are we doing?
Okay, so we sent out a spell.
Well, let's pack up and get the hee-haw out of here.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I don't really think we have a lot of time to waste.
You're here. Close your eyes.
Okay.
Go to sleep.
All right. Let's pack up. Let's grab our stuff. We don't have time to rest. We gotta go.
Are there any other loose ends?
Again, this is the other. Blink is now coming towards you guys. All right. Well, just Noah's sleeping. It's probably gonna take 3 or 4 hour nap, like we always do. It's a good nap time. It's a good nap length. Although I feel like it's a bit long, but Noah is very young.
Yeah.
Right.
What I wouldn't do for a good nap. Unfortunately, we need to be packing up and moving on.
Like
Well,
right now.
I mean, I think a nap would do everybody some good. Always, I'm a big nap fan. Do
All right.
love a nap.
I'm gonna peek outside really quick. Does it
Oh,
seem
sure.
like there's a lot of like commotion around the streets right now? Like people are actively looking for something wrong, or is it just like we're far enough away that everyone's like, that's weird? We don't know what the fuck's going on over there. Because we're pretty far away from the factory itself.
Yeah,
right?
roll a notice at a 2.
That's gonna be a 3.
Okay. What do you want to have happen?
Given that we are far enough away from the factory, and it seems like Blink is very insistent on sleeping.
You just asked Blink to put a toddler to sleep. And she's like, I mean, we could play chess if you wanted.
I feel like she wants to take a break, so I'm like, okay, fine.
I've been watching a toddler for a very long time.
Yeah, all right, fine. I think what's going to happen is I'm going to lean outside, and I'm not going to see any specific movements of people or noticeably guards or anything running around. If anything, they're a ways enough away, and they're not really looking in this area because we're kind of on the outskirts of things.
They're
that
headed towards the factory.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, they're probably not going to end up here. We probably could lay low for like a day.
Sure.
At least I would think so.
Yeah, I mean, that's your notice. That was a successful notice.
Okay.
And that gives us time to discuss plans and what our next steps should be and what precautions we may wish to take.
Yeah.
About what?
Oh, well,
Yeah,
we got
let's
all-
go three steps.
Well, okay, I do love a 3-step plan. I'm a big fan of a 5-step plan.
All right, well, let's start with 3, and we'll
Oh.
see if it involves 5.
All right.
You ever been to the Shadowlands?
Are you saying they're cursed?
No.
Oh,
some people
great.
call them that.
Oh well, no, I've really only been. Where was I? I was in the clock.
I thought you were going to say the club. I really did.
Well, you know, sometimes I was at the club. No, I came
She
in
should be
from
at
the. She should be at the club. I came in from the Quiet Lands, like. But then I was like, oh wow, I could stay here in the clock because like you can't really, the readers can't really
Right.
like
Okay,
see.
so if we were to go to the Shadowlands, that would be fine with you?
I don't know jack or shit about them. They are not on my route. Well, they're like right next to my route. But like I really never went into like, because when I was going through, it was like a lot of, there was like a guide and his name was
here's the
Terrence.
Thing. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Terry aside.
Oh, well, I mean, I like Terrence.
He's all right, but it doesn't matter.
Oh, he's like a really good, he's like a
you
little tour
So-
guide.
Are you against going into the Shadowlands?
I've never been.
So that's a neutral. Great.
I mean, like I feel like I love a new adventure.
Okay, so step 2 then.
Yes, step 2 is
We spent a lot of time around criminals. We lived amongst them.
yes, I'm a criminal. I've got.
How would you
a
feel
gang.
about going to the most notorious evil criminal of all time?
Well, it seems like
the
there's
way that they're known.
there's some disagreement in the circle. We are very evenly spaced out in a circle right now. I feel like I'm at an intervention.
No, that's for 10.
Oh, all right. Well, I mean, somebody's not a criminal, but it's not me. I got a gang. Yeah,
Great.
I mean, I can do anything. I got a gang.
Cool. All right. Well, that makes life easier at least. And then final part of this.
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
we tell them about the Chimera stuff at all yet? I don't think we have. Okay, so
a little bit.
final part of this is that, I mean, are we saying everything?
I say we say everything.
Yeah.
All right, look, then if you're coming with us through all of this, we're trying to find and stop Chimera.
What?
Its corrupt imagination.
Oh, well, I can't use no magic, but I do got doohickeys, because I can't use magic.
Right, which is good.
Yeah.
It's just that, Chimera's really, really dangerous.
Well, so am I. I got doohickeys.
And a gang.
And the
And the
gang.
Yeah, you know what? I feel like that settles it. I don't feel like we need to warn her anymore. She seems pretty on board.
One day I'd like to learn how to use nunchucks. Hubba!
They're not the most practical if you don't.
No, but I do
practice a
know
lot.
karate. So I feel like it's just the next
I
step.
feel like that's pretty much settled. You should have been on the original team.
Well, who put together the team?
You know. Someone important.
Oh, well, I don't know anybody important. Except for me. I'm in charge of a
To be
gang.
fair, I only knew like one person high up in the rankings, and
Yeah.
we did not like each other very much.
Oh, well. That's not good networking.
No.
No.
I still got. It's not important.
Okay.
Look.
Also,
Yes.
we do have a new member of the team if we're allowed to bring it into the gang. Nesta Jr.
Yeah, you've been surprisingly cool about the spider thing.
Oh, well, I mean, I just figure we're all criminals. And those are illegal bugs.
So if I would like do anything illegal, you would have just been like, "Oh yeah, it's fine because we're criminals."
We're all well, you're not a criminal, but you could be.
Where's your line? No, you know what? I'm not asking this question right now.
I just think you look really good in like a cat suit. Like you're pulling it off. So I just feel like you've got the like potential. Like sometimes it's costume first and then like, the action.
Dress for the job you want,
Yes,
and not the
exactly.
job you have.
That's so
And you
true.
know what, Blink?
Yeah.
I think you do make a good criminal, then.
Uh-oh. The room got very chilly all of a sudden.
So,
Anyway.
Anyway,
Anyways.
so the upshot is that we're going to be taking a trip to the Shadowlands, which is pretty dangerous place from what we understand.
All right.
But if you're up for adventure, that's
I
a
do
key
need-
component to adventure is danger, isn't it?
But I want to fashion a weapon. I need to make something. With
Perhaps those nunchucks you've been thinking of.
Yeah, I should find a way to make a nunchuck.
or like a sword, or
No, I want a nunchuck.
what about? No, that's too stupid.
And could it also be a doohickey, perhaps?
Ooh, a nunchuck. Now, is the doohickey the nunchuck, or is it a nunchuck with doohickeys?
That's up to your discretion. You're the
man.
expert, not me.
All right. Well, I'm really not like the prop maker.
No, that's
I'm,
true.
I'm more into the costumes.
Costume, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is,
2 poles out the like,
I did finish the pattern, by the way.
Oh, wow, look
to
at
the
you.
clip.
Are you sure you don't want a job?
I'm very sure.
Kind
Oh.
of busy right now.
Well, I'm just saying the offer's open. If you ever need to update your resume, we could find a place that needs to make gloves.
We'll see if that's necessary.
All right. I bet you we could make a shop that's just gloves and call it nunchuck gloves.
This sounds like a great idea.
I'm a
Lincoln 2's Glove and Nunchuck Emporium.
I'm a businesswoman, really, at the heart of all of this.
Is there
but
anything else
I'm
important we need to discuss right
a criminal.
Just how we're going to approach Iraq and
Yeah,
what
we
we
gotta-
need to be watching out for as far as that whole scenario.
now? Yeah. So about that whole thing.
Yeah.
Give us the breakdown on that. We, kind of don't know anything about this guy other than that they are not well beloved. So explain.
I guess here's my question. You know this person, yes?
Yeah.
Do you think there's a possibility that perhaps Iraq is behind all this?
Definitely a possibility.
So, from what you know about them, this is not outside their wheelhouse.
Can you think of any reason
They
why
want to.
they would be doing something like this?
I know.
So
It doesn't-
So they have the technical skill to pull this off, presumably, or better than anybody else that we can think of.
The
But you can't think of
means-
any reason why they would want to do something like this.
Has the means, but not necessarily the purpose. No.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Unless something has changed since when you knew them, in which case it might behoove us to see if we can find out anything that may have happened to change them.
right now, let's figure that one out. How long has it been since you've seen this person?
12 years?
And in that time, do you think it's possible that the person that you knew isn't the person you know anymore? We're talking about Chimera.
I mean, yes.
I hate that every time I say
But-
Chimera, that happens.
I do not have control over
Sciencescape is great on things like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand with the Chimera, but at least while I was there, he had control over it as far as I knew. And then from what I saw, it looked like he had ways to handle it. And that was when
All right.
me and Kato were there, so I don't know.
Right, and who are they again?
They were the other Fae that was living with Arak before I was there. Kato kind of found me first. When I was banished, I ended up in a trap, and then Kato found me and then took me back, and then there was a discussion, and Arak wasn't originally happy with me being there, but then it was kind of okay, and I just kind of stayed there.
And is this the person that, if, correct my memory, but did they get sent to the box, yeah?
Yeah. And
Like
Well-
the Dropbox?
the old book return, yeah.
Oh shit.
And then when that happened, Arak told me not to go try to do anything.
And then what happened? You didn't listen.
Now, in my defense, I wasn't trying to go to the old book return. I was just trying to prove that I could break into diction.
What? I'm sorry. Fill in some gaps for me.
Hmm?
So, Arak gets thrown in the old book return.
No, no, no. Kato.
Kato
That's-
gets thrown in the old book
yes.
return. I was gonna say, I didn't think anybody could get out of that, so that's why I freaked out.
No.
Kato gets thrown in the old book return. You go to help. You break into diction.
Well, there was a period of planning, but yeah.
Okay.
I wanted to break in to show that I could break into places.
And then what?
Well, it turns out that it's incredibly easy to break into diction and incredibly difficult to break out.
Kid. Damn it.
I had a good life before I ended up in diction.
With Arak. It
Yes.
was a good life.
Fucking hell. I knew I should have
What?
pushed for that job harder.
So you're just trying to get home. You don't want to be a day scout, you just want to go home.
Yeah.
Okay, well then let's take you home. I mean, fuck. I don't know anything about Iraq other than they are bad by what everyone else says. But if you really want to go back to them, then okay.
I don't want anything to happen to diction. But this isn't a great place to live when you have nothing.
Yeah, no, I know that feeling.
As do I.
I was pretty young when
I
I
did-
was kicked out? Sorry, I thought I had people with me, but I'm coming up blank on that. Yeah. I was sent out pretty young too, so I get it. You end up with very little, trying to get by, when everyone else has a lot.
It's not that Diction's a bad place for everyone, and I've tried to be nice to everyone that I've met, but the whole reason I wanted to be a day scout is so I could disappear in the Shadowlands. I didn't want to hurt anyone. I just wanted to go back home.
I wish you would have taken me up when I offered you that job.
I didn't.
You were young. It's fine. But I could have gotten you out. I knew so many routes. I'm not blaming you. Sorry.
That's fine. I've not done a lot of good things, so.
Yeah. Same.
10, you have to realize I was 5 when I was banished.
Why'd you get banished that young?
I don't know.
I don't understand. What were you banished for?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Who banished you?
I
The
don't-
king.
I don't think he knows. 10.
I don't know.
How can you not know?
He was 5. Look, I know clearly you care a lot about the king, but clearly some shit went wrong to a kid who didn't deserve it.
There must have been a reason.
Or maybe there wasn't. You ever considered that the king is also a flawed person? They ain't perfect.
No, frankly, no, I've not considered that. The king is the kingdom.
10.
Everything the king does is for the good of the kingdom.
10. You have seen all of the ways that people like me and Hack, even 2, have tried to get around the way that the kingdom works. Because it doesn't help us. It's not for the good of people like us. It's for the good of people like you. The king does what's best for you. Not for us. I'm sorry you went through that, kid.
I mean, most of it was my own fault, so. I mean, if
It wasn't your fault you were banished when you were a child.
well, I mean, if what 10 says is true, then maybe it was. Maybe I did something wrong.
I was banished when I was pretty young. You want to know why? I got a reason for mine. People didn't like me. Or the people I was around. I was 12.
What?
Sorry that 12-year-olds are unlikable sometimes. Probably
Okay.
should have been thrown out of the shadow.
I came here under banner of truce to form an alliance against a greater enemy. Instead, my kingdom was lost, sacrificed to that enemy, and I was neutered and made someone's what? Pet monster.
10. I will say that regardless of anything, I still want to make sure that whatever is going to happen doesn't. I don't want others to get hurt.
I believe you. I don't think you do want anyone to get hurt, and I'm struggling. I don't know how to feel because this is my life. This is what I put everything into this.
Did you ever question it? Did you ever once think that maybe it wasn't the end-all be-all?
Yes, but I shoved it to the back of my mind. It's a problem for later, not now.
Right, well, it's a problem for now. And I think that regardless of everything else, we need to look at getting that rest so we can set out and head where we're heading.
I think that regardless of what happens, I might be able to get information on how to handle what's going on with the Chimera. It's definitely possible that Rock did it. He never lied to me, never said he was good. But if I can at least get the information, we'd be a step closer.
It's the right direction to move.
Agreed. I don't see any better options on the table for us. When you lost your voice, it was because you saw where the king was going. Where was the king heading?
All I know is that the king's in the Shadowlands on a time fly
Right.
with
Ember.
Ember. Ember.
Ember.
Do we know him?
Yeah, yeah. She was the like liaison at the castle.
Okay.
So all roads lead to the Shadowlands, whether we're looking for a rock or whether we're looking for the king.
Great.
Seems that's where we're heading. So
Plus-
let's get that nap that Blink so thoughtfully offered us all.
Yeah, that makes sense.
She's like sleeping. She dipped out.
Can't blame you there, Blink.
You guys are dealing with some heavy
You got some
shit.
stuff going on. I'm gonna take a nap. Okay, great, cool.
Well,
We have things you got to get to.
So, let me ask some above table questions.
All right.
Do we have the kingdom map here anywhere on the table that I can point fingers to? Otherwise, I will open up stuff that the audience won't be able to see. I mean, they're all relevant. It doesn't really matter. I just want to see the sections here.
Yeah.
So,
It's one of my maps.
oh, this is not a bad one. Okay, so let's say that you guys are.
Oh, this is the one that was like a path, like a trade route path.
Yeah, that's your trade route path. But this is good because this is the leaders of the
right.
underground.
So we're here in
So
imagination.
you're here in the imagination, roughly. That's where I'm putting you here.
Okay.
I don't actually know if the camera can see this or not, but look at my map. Okay, so so you need to get here. So what? So
We
actually,
are-
that trade route's not a bad idea either.
Yeah, actually, it would get us in and out of places quicker.
Well,
I mean, it would be longer distance, but
Yes.
more likely to get us out instead of getting stuck at borders.
Get us to places.
so
Yeah.
here,
Here, it's a little confusing if you don't know what you're looking at, but
it's yes.
it's a very winding series of paths.
That makes
Well,
sense.
yeah. Okay. So I don't know if this yellow will show up. So I can't really see much.
For us to
so-
get from imagination right now all the way over to the area where Iraq is would be a crazy long path.
We'd probably diverge in the quiet lands.
Yeah, and the way that it works, we have to go way up through like the top of the Quiet Lands.
Yeah, this is like a hard border. I'm gonna say. Like
That's the border that Two's tried to get in so many times.
Yeah, this would be like because this one is kingdom stuff. So like, I don't have the overlay of like the shelves and stuff, but we'll say like there's some easy areas that the knights are guarding the borders pretty easily here, checkpoints and all that kind of stuff. And this they're kind of like, we'll guard it this way and like here, and like here it's just like you just literally can't get over it. Because the Quiet Lands go through, if I'm remembering correctly, like a room that's like a conference room,
Correct.
kind of in the back of the library. So it's like a not heavily used room in the library.
There's the conference, and then outside of the window, there's the.
This is all the
Garden,
gardens
yeah.
right here. Yeah. So this is kind of like, you can pass through here. That might get a little feisty if they see you a bunch of times, but like nobody runs this area, so it's kind of like a peace treaty kind of here. The Rodentia come through here all the time. That's their little path. That's what Blink was talking about. So where are we going? So if we were to go from imagination here, there's a column here. So was
Whoever
this
C
the
and
column?
D are.
No, this was the column that the clock was in. This
Yeah.
is the clock column. So these are all like columns that hold up the building itself. The clock was here. So this is just like a column with like an electrical outlet or something.
The problem is, like, I would love to be able to cut across in a straight line.
Yeah,
and we
I mean,
cannot do that well.
You can, dude. You're more than welcome to go across Shun. Fiction Port's over here, but you've got borders.
Urn's currently like mostly locked down.
There are some places that are locked down.
Is there anywhere else that's locked down right now other than Urn? Do we know?
Isn't it Sean?
Do I need to go through my notes? Yeah, some of them are. I think I did like border lockdown.
That would make
here.
sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Shun
these
would
two.
definitely
Yeah, because I think
kinda-
it was. I think like it was
It was areas bordering it. Yeah.
areas bordering the Shadowlands.
That makes a lot of sense, to be fair.
So, okay. Well, I'm gonna say that this is accessible, and I will send another copy of it that you guys can look through routes of where you want to go. But it sounds like there's a long, winding road, unless we do a cut across, in which case it'll be a long cut across.
It'll be
May I remind you, it is episode 23.
Yeah.
just throwing that one out there. So that's kind of the general plan I'm seeing here. Are we doing anything for resources or supplies or people we're talking to, contacts we're reaching out to? Yes?
Yeah, Ten's gonna reach out to Mask and also Cedar.
Right. So Mask,
Yeah.
who was in the Clock
The
Underground.
Clock Underground.
And
Yeah.
who magically could not leave the Clock Underground.
Oh, jeez.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
Do you think
not
they're
gonna
just like
go
in that
well.
spot?
You'd have to go back. I'm not gonna give you shit for free.
That place is a fucking nuclear wasteland. That is a crater.
Oh.
that'd
It's
probably
just some dents in the carpet.
Yeah, but to us, it's a nuclear wasteland.
it's like the survivors are there and
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they're like wastelander types. It's really scary. It's really scary.
Fallout
It's
section.
full on Fallout.
Fallout section of my fairy world.
Dude, there's
God
there's
damn.
death claws in there.
There's some pit boys. Let's go.
We're the dust bunnies.
Oh fuck yeah.
That's not bad. I don't hate that.
I feel
We'll come
like
back to that one.
Ten might risk
I
it to
thought
get the
that's fine.
biscuit, and just kind of do like the same thing with Lawson. I'm sending this. We'll see if it gets there.
To Mask.
Yeah, to Mask.
Yeah, roll me
You
again.
better not be sending important information via these.
No, it's just kind of like
Code words and shit.
Yeah.
I mean,
are you alive?
are you okay?
Are you okay to do business?
Can you
That's
do
important.
business? I won't say what the business is.
I
gotta write this shit down.
5.
What did I say the last one was against?
I can't remember.
I can't remember either. We'll say full.
Memory of a goldfish.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you knew where Lawson was when you were sending it, roughly. you know.
Yeah, well, I mean, I still say the same for Mask, too. Like, you're going to
Roughly.
send it in that general direction. And
Absolutely.
either they're in imagination or, like, kind of the spread, right? So you're sending it kind of towards it, or they're there. So, so speaking spell sent to Mask. Now, here's my question for you, Captain of the Kingsguard.
Yeah.
You have powerful magics. That's how you became Captain of the Kingsguard. I think that's kind of part of higher ranks in the military or like high nobility, right? You have like just more skills.
Yeah.
When you are sending these, how is there a response spell? Is there like a
Return
way-
to sender?
Return to sender.
Yeah,
Star. What was that?
Yes, and I feel like
CC.
it's-
No, the phone. The phone.
Oh.
One. You're old. Star 9 or something where you
Star
like-
69,
Yeah.
right?
Well, that's just.
Will you call him back?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that not what it?
I don't know.
I don't
Okay.
know. I thought it was just to identify who it was, but
There's one where you could like dial back
I never
the number.
called people.
Anyways, okay, so your speaking spell was successful sent to Mask.
Yes, and there also is an expiration date. Like if it's not answered by what is
I feel like you could set the date.
yeah, I've set the
3
duration.
yeah. It'll just
So what's your duration for Lawson and then for Mask?
Lawson, 2 days, but that does not include travel time. Well, yeah, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 2 days between when you sent it
Yeah.
and when it's possibly received is the chance to,
Yeah.
like, do they just like stick their head into it, a hand? Do they have to like dial on it and send it back?
They have to pluck a hair and
Yeah.
and that way it's like,
Confirmed.
yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Identity confirmed.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't
Sure.
know if that gives you a response. I'm gonna say let's. I feel like, I mean, maybe,
Okay.
but I feel like so far speaking spells have just been like, I'm sending this. It's
Yes,
a voicemail.
you're
I'm
right, you're right,
leaving.
you're right.
But like responding to it.
Then they would then they have to send me a courier,
Okay.
perhaps.
But do you,
Sorry.
but
Because
do
I
you,
don't think,
I'm sorry.
except with the exception of Lawson, I don't think anyone else can do like the long term.
Yeah, Lawson
long
might
range.
be able to.
But do you
long
get
range
like a
back.
notification that the message has been received? like you'll know that it was
Yeah,
opened.
Opened.
So you at least know that somebody received the message instantly, or
Yeah, the theremin noise happens.
You were just hearing that like constantly when you sent the ones to two.
Yes.
Like a bunch of other people opened them, and you're like, oh god.
no.
Okay. So how long is the duration for Mask? Mask will have to send a courier.
Mask is 5 days.
Okay.
And fairy
Okay.
fallout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's okay. I'm going to have to keep track of time in the universe more closely.
I'm sorry.
No. I think this is fine. I think it's been like a couple hours between when we left to go to the Imagination Factory and when we came back. So we're still during fairy daytime, reader nighttime.
Okay.
I'm gonna say we're gonna cycle through one more day if we're camping out. So we're at like day 7, I think now.
so you can send these messages to people not even knowing where they might be or if they're alive, and like, do you have to send them in a direction, or do you just think of the person and it automatically travels to where they are?
It's like it's like an echolocation of sorts. It's like ping. It like sends out little, not audible, but yeah, but what?
But magical.
Yeah, but magical, exactly. Librarian, lovely. Yeah, it's just yes. Why?
Is it someone that has to be known to you personally to do it, or if?
Yes. At least I think so. Any time that I've ever done it, it was to someone that I've already known.
That's a useful, ability.
It's a teachable. Okay.
Yeah, I think I think I want to wait until everybody else is doing other shit because I don't want people to realize that I'm talking to them.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't
but
know.
I don't know
Hack
if
and slash
anybody
and 2. Take a nap. Do some crafts.
Broker's like super
Sure.
skittish, so there's
Yeah,
no
yeah,
way
ha-
that it's not.
Yeah, Hack is gonna.
Yeah.
Can imagine put your cap over your face.
He does. In fact, Rob might.
Perfect. In
Strong,
character.
strong visual. Good job.
I start snoring here.
Yes.
Well, you've got less than 15 minutes, so power nap it is.
So we're taking watches because I just feel like we need to, just in case.
Sure.
Oh, you've insisted on
Yeah,
this.
broker has insisted on this. Broker's been very paranoid.
We've got to take watches.
That's
That's my broker impression.
That's not at all. That's that other guy that I made earlier. Fucking,
We
yeah,
gotta
I wait
take
until everybody else
watches.
is asleep, and then I'm just like sitting on the other side of that like little abandoned house we're in, like hat low over the eyes, and I just go. So. You you're pretty good when it comes to using that imagination stuff.
Yes.
And the spell thing, it's pretty useful. I was just thinking, in the factory, it would have been a lot more helpful if I would have been able to do some of that healing stuff that you guys do. But I don't know how to do it. I never got the chance to learn. And I didn't really have a lot of access to imagination back when I was doing my old thing, so.
These are all just statements. Is there a question somewhere in that broker?
Yeah. But you're gonna be insufferable about it.
Only a little. We can go ahead. Tenerife, could you, would you?
No, you know what? Next time you are injured or really need my help, I
Oh.
shouldn't have the ability to fix it.
Please, I'm only joking. I'm sorry. You would like help with imagination and magic.
Yes.
Yes.
Because if this is as important of a thing as it seems like it's supposed to be, we all need to be at the top of our game. And I am not.
There was a time where I would absolutely say, "Are you crazy?" And I cannot even believe we're having this conversation.
Yeah. No, I was
But
thinking that exact
now-
same thing.
I would gladly love to help you. I think you're an asset. Yes.
I'll take it. I guess.
We start-
Assets.
Mhm.
Allies. I can do that. But also, since everyone else is asleep and it's just you and I right now, earlier in the factory, when we were trying to get a hold of you, and we called you on a little thimble, and you were fucked up on sugar, ain't a good look for the captain of the King's Guard. And frankly, I think that you are fucking yourself up by using it. Now, I don't give a shit about you, but I need you to be in one piece. And I'm afraid you ain't gonna be. If you keep doing that. Also, you know, we have to keep trading stuff to get more sugar, and that's a big old problem. We don't got a lot on us right now.
We start tomorrow. Get some rest if you can. I'll take over.
Yeah. Okay. Whenever we got a moment, we can do some training. Good night.
Night.
What are your skills? Your top ones.
Will, fight, athletics.
Okay.
That didn't match up with what you wanted.
Well, I was just thinking I want to have you roll. I was hoping resources was somewhere on there because I feel like that makes sense for like teaching. I want to see, well, first of all, here's what I want to do.
Yeah.
I want to have you roll this teaching to help Broker's consequence, essentially.
Okay.
But my gut says resources.
Yeah.
Or empathy, maybe, but it's like your knowledge, lore.
Yeah, okay.
Like you see what I'm getting at?
Yeah, I do. And I feel like maybe too, because I don't know if Tenerife does a lot of like training as captain of the King's Guard, so maybe like this is a skill to like acquire.
Oh, yeah,
next,
maybe.
Wow, what's the word for it? When we like reassess everything.
Oh.
Poof, gone. Okay.
Milestones.
Thank you. A
Oh
milestone.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, which I will do this week. Yeah, I think too, and maybe you train Lawson. I
Yeah.
think that like might have been it.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
kind
So
of
it's
your
like
unofficial
rushy, so-
second,
mhm.
but like that's it.
Yeah. So maybe lore to just like I'm imparting knowledge.
Yeah, I
and
like
that's
it.
the best I can do right now.
Here's the knowledge of imagination as through military training.
Yeah.
Right, which is different than just kind of casual use. I love it.
Yeah.
What is your consequence at?
My severance thing? It's a
Yes.
severe consequence. It's a 6.
6. Okay, so you're Trying to hit a 6.
Okay.
And if not, I will say we have a lovely teaching moment, but it doesn't
Yeah.
it doesn't solve it.
Yeah.
It's frustrating. It's gets no results. So,
Yeah.
but there's plenty of things to
Yeah.
invoke
Yeah.
if you need to.
Lots of options.
Lots of options.
Oh.
Well,
No.
it could be worse. It's
It
not
could
great.
be worse. It's only I rolled a 1. And I think I want to. What do I have to overcome? What's the number?
You beat a
6.
6.
Right. Yeah. Reroll obviously. And hard ass captain of the King's Guard. I have the knowledge.
Sure.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So you can teach them by being all drill sergeant-y.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the only way I know how to
Which is
teach.
exactly, and I think paranoia is going to respond real well. It's
another minus
they're not responding really well
So that's a total of what?
to it. No. 1, right?
Oh God.
Yeah, 1.
I don't think there's much I could really invoke to
Man.
assist with that either. That's
Oh, you can't help here.
yeah. There's nothing
No.
I can do at all.
No, and you don't have any more fate points, it appears.
No, but now I'm wondering if did I take
What? It's a lot of things you just said very quietly.
did I take one? It's okay. It's too late. Okay. I'm so sorry.
So, okay, for my sake, you are welcome to have on your journey training montages, and every time you do this, you can roll
Okay.
against to
Okay.
see if
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
breaks the severance,
Yeah.
or mends it essentially.
We're definitely trying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing
Yeah.
is happening.
Nothing is
Yeah.
happening, but I think maybe even if you wanted, you could start with okay, these are motions, you need to learn Tai Chi before you
You have
actually.
to
learn
walk. You have to
magic.
wax the car
Yeah.
first.
It's definitely
yes.
one of those things where the second there's any sort of actually being close to one another and any sort of contact, they're both super weird about it. So they're both like, okay, yeah, no, hand motions.
Start with that. Okay, I gotta do 20 of these a day, I guess. All
That
right.
doesn't make any sense. I just don't think that would teach me karate. I just don't get it.
Okay.
No, Blink will teach you karate.
Yeah, Blink
Yeah.
will teach you karate. Yeah.
Nunchuck.
Yeah, and every time. Okay, well, that's where I'm gonna end us for today because I think that's a beautiful mind.
Interesting.
Okay.
Okay.
There's calculations going on somewhere, but you don't need to know where. I am, in fact, losing it, but when am I not? I never had it together in the first place. Okay, thank you for watching Health Hits Experience. Music and sound effects provided by Sirenscape and Abby Kopic. Thank you to Abby McCauley and Molly Cook in the control room. Special thanks to Community Access Media for the use of their facilities and equipment. And thanks to you for watching. Also, special shout out to the Discord channel. Thank you very much. I appreciated all of your memes. And we will see you again next week. Goodbye.